So real quick, this was our top 8. We got Doc28 beating Prakalakin and Aroma Nova on their way. I believe that was a Menace Trove and then a Hurukira to get to the finals. Tyler on even Feln defeating a Menace Trove and a Skycrack aggro to get to the finals. Okay, well, our finals are ready. Let's see if the Boxer's prediction can come true. We've got Doc28 on Menace Trove versus Tyler on even Feln. Let's head down to the finals. All right, welcome everybody to the finals of Spring Challenge number 5. Let's tell our players that they are good to go, and let's get started. I'm sure the players are just itching to go. All right, Doc's looking at a hand of 2 power, although it's a little bit rough, as well as 2 Krolls in hand, a Kato, a Blight Pass Smuggler, and a display of Menace. So not the world's greatest hand, but a keeper. Doc is the master, so she knows what she's working with here. 2 Krolls, 2 power, Kato, Blight Pass Smuggler, display of Menace. Tyler, on the other hand, is looking at a hand of 4 power, an even-handed Golem, a Grenahen, Jural Ascending, and an Exploit. So 4 2-drops in hand, some of the best cards in the deck. Tyler's going to be starting off exactly what Tyler wants to do.
This even Feln deck is extremely similar to the Boxers deck list that won the Stormbreak Open. The only real big difference here is that there is no Icaria First Reaper on Tyler's team, and it seems like he just kind of which I'm really surprised. There's no Maveloff Huntress on
So just
Tyler's.
to remember, this is an even deck, right? So because those were changed, because of the nerfs, we can't play Maveloft Huntress in the even deck and can't play Akari in the deck. So basically, they nerfed those 2 cards, can't play them in the even deck anymore. But Tyler said, you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to play the even deck without those powerful cards, and we'll see what happens.
Right? Vinegrafter's still in here. Grenahen's still in here. You've got the Dazzle, Overextended Golem, Annihilate. It like not too much has changed, but you replaced the Icaria with this Bam Sneaky Peeky and the Speaking Circle, which is just like your little cherry on top. And the market cards are essentially similar as well, with Edict of Makar and Silverblade Menace. And we talked about how Silverblade Menace was the number 3
out of the big market card.
Yeah, number 3 out of the top 25 market cards out of the Open as well. So
Tyler going to play that even-handed Golem, and as a big surprise to nobody, even-handed Golem drawing a copy of another even-handed Golem. That's what the Golems do. They stick together. You draw one, very likely to draw another, and that's what happens here. Tyler's going to get another one, but Tyler just has so much value in hand. They can just keep playing Golems. Now they've got a Vinegrafter or a Grenahen to play. This deck is so sick. It's just it's just value on top of value on top of value.
they're handcuffed. They hold hands, but they don't have to worry about germ contact because they are aluminum.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I guess the even-handed golems don't have to worry about the virus. That's fair. All right,
Therefore, they
Shrine to
are
carve it
even-handed.
though. Shrine to carve it here. That's Doc28's big play here. Now we talked about how great Display of Menace was in the mirror, being able to kill an enemy relic. The even deck does not have that, of course. So no Display of Menace to kill the Shrine of Carvet in hand for Tyler. Actually, let's look at their market. Does Tyler have any way to kill a Shrine of Carvet? I don't think so. I don't believe they do. They can waylay, but I don't think they have any way to actually kill the Shrine of Carvet. So if Doc28 can get a couple more units and can get an engine like a Kindling Carver, then they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, the only thing I can really see is the Snow Crush Animist, which has got the summon kill all enemy units with 3 strength or less and stun all other enemy units, but I don't know if that's gonna help.
Probably not. Doc28 drawing a Display of Menace off the Carver. Now they do need to play that this turn. Ooh, I love this. Look at that. So that was great. Tyler had a free block with the Vinegrafter because it had regen, but Doc28 playing the Display of Menace mid-combat popped the regen shell on the Vinegrafter, which meant that Doc got to eat the Vinegrafter because of that. Huge heads-up play for Doc28 there. That was masterful. Here's the Waylay. Steal the enemy player's Void. So that's going to shut off any Kroll shenanigans and the sellsword shenanigans as well for Doc, but that's okay. I don't think that's sort of a side benefit. That's not the core of what the deck's trying to do.
I had issues with substituting my Aramot and my Icaria First Reaper as well when I had to switch from Throne over into Expedition and was like, oh, I'm not allowed to play those cards. Oh, did they just waylay?
They did.
So we'll see if Tyler's deck is strong enough with these substitutes without Icaria First Reaper being able to be played.
All right, well, here is a Dural Ascending. It has regen now and Berserk, but there's that broken contract. So the broken contract's still working, though, because even though that Tyler stole the Void, because the Kindling Carver, you sack the unit, it goes to the Void first, so was able to get the Sellsword off of that anyway.
Icaria First Reaper was number 3 on the top 25 units of the Open.
Yeah, I'm not sure that one really needed a nerf, but that's okay. I like to shake up the format. It feels like the format's in a pretty good place. I mean, I like these decks. It's not, maybe this can get out of hand, but I actually like the way things are. I like that we had 4 decks make the top 4 and 4 different archetypes. That was pretty cool.
It's still strong. I have a mono shadow deck that I run, and it's 7. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, Crafty Occultist going to discard some cards, going to get a free 1/1 out of the deal, and there comes a Praxis Trove. That's pretty good. Still have that display of Menace. Tyler doing the best job here, best they can at keeping Doc's board clear. But that's the problem with these Trove decks is they just keep getting unit after unit after unit. Here comes Vinegrafter now. All right, going to go to the market and grab that Champion of Cunning. So some debate over whether even-handed Golem deck should be able to grab Champion of Cunning, which is a 5 out of the market, but them's the rules. Here's another broken contract, so another 4/1 Sellsword for Doc. All right, gonna sack the 1/1. That's gonna trigger Shrine to Carvet. And there's +2 lifesteal and charge. Ooh, let's get more units and a Kindling Carver, and that's just going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing that Tyler can do about that, just too much. Tyler, no matter what Tyler tried to do, just couldn't keep the board clear. I mean, tried hard, played a lot of great cards, but really just couldn't keep the board clear, and Doc just drawing and playing that well. And I go back to that. It may not have defined the matchup, but I really liked that play that Doc made earlier where they had that display mid-combat, and it was a reduced cost to be able to blow out that Vinegrafter was super sweet. I love that play. So Doc28 going to take game number 1 game away from the trophy, but Tyler playing the open winning deck, even Feln, going to try to even things out here. The even deck going to try to even the finals. Let's see how much even power they have.
Yeah, got to represent that even Feln here in the championship for sure. But, Doc28 came out with that game plan of lifesteal and Berserk with the charge, and it's just so overwhelming. Like, what are you supposed to do about it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough for sure. All right, so remember, the winner of this qualifies for the Spring Invitational, also wins $20 and gets 5 leaderboard points for the leaderboard. Everyone that finished X and 1 today or made the top 8 was able to get their 3 leaderboard points. So we're going to see some shifting in the leaderboard. And after Tuesday night, we're going to start looking at the wildcard hunt because lots of players are going to be trying to get those last critical 4 wildcard slots for the Invitational. That's huge. That's going to be one of their best ways to get into Worlds, get one of those wildcard slots, and then win that Invitational. Right. But it's going to be tough. That Invitational is going to be stacked with good players. So it's going to be a tough road.
If you're a player that played before and you're just now coming back, and it's never too late to get your foot back in the door and get into that tournament.
Absolutely. Still plenty of time left. We still got 7 events left in the season. So make sure you get in there. All these events are free to participate. So make sure you join up there when you get a chance. Just head to battlefy.com/Tuesday Night Eternal. You can sign up for these for free. Play, have a good Tuesday night or Friday night. Play a couple rounds and be good to go. Win $20, qualify for the Invitational. Have a good time. Get some of the best players in the world in chat critiquing your every move. which I say jokingly, but is actually one of the best ways to get better at the game. All right, our players are ready. Let's make sure that they know they're good to go, and then we are going to get into game 2 of the finals. Here we go. Doc keeping a hand. 2 power, Grenahen, Kindling Carver, Whispering Wind, Grenahen, Crafty Occultist. I love this hand of Doc's.
This is a nice starting hand.
I like this hand so much better than last game.
I'm sure Doc is jumping for joy right now out of her seat in the lab, going, man, what could be better than this? Am I right? As Tyler mulls his deck.
Tyler going to keep 4 power, Vinegrafter, Vicious Overgrowth, and Even-Handed Golem. So Even-Handed Golem on 2, Vinegrafter on 3. That's also where Tyler wants to be. But let's see, I think the advantage goes to Doc's deck here, but I think it's going to be close. Tyler also just has some really sweet cards in the deck and lots of synergies. So we'll have to see. All right, not the right time to draw the Broken Contract for Doc28, but that's okay. You can't complain too much about how many free 4-1s has Doc gotten this tournament so far. You can't complain about missing one.
Yeah, that Whispering Winds is super versatile as well with the flying.
But Vicious Overgrowth going to take care of that Whispering Wind. Says no, you're not going to go off here. But still, Crafty Occultist seems perfectly fine. Also, 2 Renahans in hand. We're going to pitch one of them. We're going to get a free 1/1. And now next turn we can sack that 1/1 to either Kindling Carver or to Devour. We're going to draw some cards off of Grenahen. All right, here comes Golem number 1. Let's draw 2 cards. Felrock, Vinegrafter. Unfortunately, this is the one of the few disadvantages of the even-handed Golem deck is you get these awkward spots where you have, 3 power now and you can still only play one thing. You can still only play a 2-drop, but that's a far cry from being a weakness in the deck, but Tyler basically just has to play a 2-drop and pass. Can't really do anything else on turn 3. But Doc being able to attack in, sack a unit. Here comes a cheap, well, we're going to start with the Smuggler. Also drew a cheap Grenahen. Going to toss that Grenahen for the Shrine of Carvet. I love that too, because you had to discard that card at the end of turn anyway because of the Carver. So you might as well go to the market and toss it to the market instead if you're going to discard it.
Yeah, quick thinking there by Doc28.
Very nice play there. All right, Tyler going to go with another even-handed Golem, and now they have their option. Vicious Overgrowth, Vinegrafter, Grenahen. What do you want to do? Vicious Overgrowth the Carver. I like that. Shut off the engine. Just keep Doc28 from sacrificing and going off.
Yeah, you really want to try and stop all of Doc's units before they overwhelm you and then they all have lifesteal.
All right, here comes the Shrine to Carvet. So Shrine to Carvet is on. Even Feln does not have an answer to it. Doc28, now all Doc needs to do is get units and get sack effects, and they can take over this game. But Tyler's just going to keep going value.
It might be a Grenahen squabble here. We might have Hen versus Hen.
All right, Hen and Vinegrafter. Now, notably, next turn, Tyler has access to Speaking Circle. So I guess technically the even Feln deck does have a way to potentially remove an enchant or a relic here. They might be able to flip something off of Speaking Circle that can deal with it.
Yeah, Speaking Circle is really nice to have because it makes up for how strong Ikaria was.
Look at that. Sacking it with Devour and then hitting a, oh my gosh, wow. Hitting a Broken Contract off of the Devour to get a 6/1 charge lifesteal off of that, and then being able to play the Grenadin. Oh my gosh.
Manages to find a way to get the lifesteal.
Just gross for Doc. So much damage there. Okay, Herald Song, the draw here. Could play that to play the Felrock, but I think we just maybe go for a Speaking Circle here. Here we go. Let's see if there's a way to kill the Shrine to Carvet.
Nothing now.
Let's see.
Gotta play it.
I have to hit here because if Tyler doesn't get a way to deal with either the units or the Shrine to Carvet, it's going to be tough. Is that a fair exchange maybe off that one?
Display of Menace in hand.
Purify can get rid of one of the units, but Display of Menace. Oh, Display of Menace off the Speaking Circle.
Yep. Top 25 spells, number 5. Display of Menace. Top 25 spells in the Stormbreak Open.
Huge hit there for Tyler. And now, because that was in the market, Shrine to Carvet is gone. So Doc still has the advantage, but that's gonna make it a longer road. What a hit off of Speaking Circle, off the third Speaking Circle trigger, hitting that Display of Menace, taking out the Shrine to Carve It.
Yeah,
All right.
14 out of 64 decks ran Display of Menace in the open as well.
Yeah, very strong card there. Okay. Woo. Glad Tyler played the Speaking Circle there, I guess. All right, Smuggler. Now, I think Doc is still in really good shape here.
Doc's going to go to the mark. What are they going to grab? No Blade? Strange Burglar?
Combust, open contract. I think they want to get rid of. I think
Burglar?
either a combust or an open contract because she wants to kill the Speaking Circle. I think.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe you just go for the face, but I think you just want to open contract this, and then I think you want to kill the Speaking Circle.
Okay.
Just to prevent more shenanigans. You're not killing Tyler this turn. If you had 10 damage, sure, kill Tyler, but you don't. So don't let Tyler get another turn of Speaking Circle.
We talked about how the site allows you to create a distraction from you getting attacked as well.
Yep, kind of a pseudo life gain, life steal there. All right, Felrock here, off the Herald Song. And now this is Tyler's chance to stabilize here. Here we go, playing a Felrock for free, playing a Vinegrafter, playing a Bam Sneaky Peeky. Okay, Kroll though is pretty good. What can we get back with Kroll? A Sellsword, a Grenahan, a Smuggler, a Whispering Wind, and a Carver. So lots of options there. What else can we go to the market for? No Blade's pretty good. Yeah, lots of Kroll, of course.
If anyone didn't know, that was watching the stream, there has been lots of Kroll.
Turns out, even with the Kroll nerf, still a good card. Just makes you realize how broken this card was before it was nerfed. Wonder what... Nullblade doesn't really seem to help. Yeah, I think Combust is probably better. That's going to get rid of the Vinegrafter. Draw 2 cards. I'm loving this Crafty Occultist here.
Getting crafty.
And Grandin and Drone, but you see how much harder this is without the Shrine to Carve It. Shrine to Carve It, game over, but without it, it's a little tough. Donnut123, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, playing some Eternal.
+1 HP from that Feln painting.
Yep, because 36 is a heck of a lot more than 35.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
No Wind to Hold 'em. Okay. What can Doc want to get with No Wind to Hold 'em? You can might be able to get another Sellsword. I don't know how many Doc's played so far, but I don't know if that does a lot here. One thing Doc can do is Tyler's out of cards. Doc can try to go wide.
Draw a card of your choice from your deck. It can't be played for 5 turns.
Yeah. Make some attacks there. No Wind to Hold 'em. Gonna get a Kroll. I love it. Okay, gonna get a Kroll. I love that. Didn't know there's more Krolls in the deck, but there we go. Kroll for another Smuggler, and then trade that Kroll away. Here's Kroll juggling. This is what they call it. You go to the market, you get 1 Kroll. You pass that Kroll for another one. You get the other Smuggler, which then you can pass this Kroll off.
A Kroll for a Kroll. Oh. There are 3 Krolls in Doc28.
Oh, and notably, this doesn't cost any power. The Kroll, it was 1 power to get the No One to Hold 'em. And then the Kroll got this for free. And then that went to the market for free. And then that went to this for free. And then this got to this market.
Okay.
It's like those commercials. What's that? What's the free?
Yours now for only 3 easy payments of $29.99. But wait, there's more. I think that's what you're talking about.
With that, Doc's going to end up getting a Senway Smuggler plus a Blight Pass Smuggler plus a Strange Burglar for the hefty cost of 1 power. They're pretty impressive.
Set it and forget it.
All right, can attack with the Jawral. Tyler has another Jawral in hand.
It's another infomercial if you're not familiar.
Let's see if Tyler can draw some spells off of this Jawral. All right, gonna play out the other Jawral first. These are fully powered up Jawrals, but no cards in hand, no spells in hand. It's gonna make that a little tough. All right, Carver's a good draw. Burglar. Oh man, so many cards. Burglar says when pay 2 exhausted and sack a unit to draw 3 cards. So drawing 3 more cards, including a Praxis Trove, which allows you, oh my gosh, look at the synergy. Praxis Trove, play a 1-cost unit, play a 1-cost spell. Allows you to play the Carver, then play a No End to Hold'em to get a free Sellsword. This is disgusting. Which allows you to play a 2-cost unit, which allows you to play a 2-cost spell. This is just so disgusting here. This deck has so much going on, and it all works together beautifully.
Literally a crafty deck.
It is so crafty. This feels like one of those decks that you read the list and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like it. And then you see it in work and you're like, wow, this is so much deeper than I thought it was. This deck has so much going on.
Like if the lifesteal and like charge tactic or strategy doesn't work, you can resort to like these other ways of getting around things.
All right, speaking circle off the top. Let's go. And Doc has got to be so frustrated with this. Like, had the game essentially wrapped up and now has to win it the hard way. But Tyler, what can Tyler keep going? Can Tyler stabilize and turn this game around?
Gonna back down.
Not
Not
see that one. That looked like a Justice combat trick there, maybe.
Oh boy.
Well, that was a display. I'm not sure what that display does though. Have to look at that one. I think that may have been the honor display. Display of honor. Transpose. Okay, so display of honor. Give one of your units 4/4 and lifesteal. Draw 2 weapons from your board to transform an enemy into a 2/1 goat. Strength of many or transpose. See if Tyler has any 4-cost in the market. They do. They have Silverblade Menace. All right.
Yep.
Hold on. Silverblade Menace. It's only 7 damage, but still, if Tyler's able to get this transpose off, can actually. Well, you need a card. You need a card in hand, but with a card in hand, could transpose and grab a Silverblade Menace out of the market and deal 7.
Silverblade Menace is out of the Shadow of Spire set.
Okay, well, Doc, pretty smart to block there and keep their life total up because Tyler would have been able to get lethal next turn with that. Okay, this is interesting. I'm looking at Tyler's board. If Tyler's able to keep the speaking circle, they draw a card, they transpose for Silverblade Menace, which right now drains for 7, which puts Doc to 6.
Right, I was looking at the health too. Like the 13 health was rather alarming. This is rather unusual for Doc28 because usually she has like 50 plus health by now with all that life.
That's true. All right, but can go to the market and gets to play a free display of Menace. Okay. And then drew a display of Menace. And then display of Menace is going to deal 1. Oh, nice. That's going to allow Doc to kill the speaking circle. Love it.
Deal 1 damage to each enemy or kill an enemy relic and give relics.
So the one enemy includes the site. So it was able to do it twice, deal 2 damage to the site and wipe the board, allowed Doc to be able to go in there. All right. Honor of Claws. Can we flip a Felrock here? Crest, Seat, Primal Sigil. Those are 3 rough draws off Honor of Claws. I guess you got to just be thankful that that's all there was on the top of the deck and get those off of there now.
Putting up a prayer.
Oh, Alex F Gaming calling out in chat. I didn't notice that before, but you're right. So a couple turns ago, Doc played Open Contract.
Yeah.
Which says reduce the cost of each unit in its owner's deck by 1.
Oh.
Which means it changes the cost of the unit, which means when Tyler played out another even-handed golem, it did not draw 2 cards because it's not complete. The deck is not all even anymore.
Oh, it messed up the count. That's so ingenious.
Tyler, desperation attack to try to draw something, but just drawing another power.
Would you like another sigil?
Now it's all in Doc28's seat. Can she do this? She can do a lot of damage this turn and drew a Kindling Carver.
A-Space in the chat.
A-Space gonna put Tyler down to 2, down to 1 because of the Berserk. All right. Speaking circle into Equalize. That's what we need.
Is there any counterplay here?
Exploit. That's not going to do it. Exploit's going to plunder the sigil into a treasure trove. Going to play the treasure trove. That's going to draw a Vine Grafter, but that's not enough. Doc28 with the win. Tyler tosses it in. Congratulations, Doc28. Our winter season champion is also the champion tonight, winning tonight's tournament and locking herself into the Spring Invitational.